Welcome back, guys. I've got an interesting one here from Beauty Ray, Thailand, where white losers that can't get laid go. Let's just get into it.
Hi guys, my name is Bella. Welcome back to my channel. I found this absolutely breathtaking spot to film this very deep video for you guys, because as you guys can see, I'm traveling right now. I'm not in my room anymore. This is not my room, okay? I'm traveling right now through Southeast Asia, and I have witnessed something really sad in Thailand when I was traveling around there, and I want to talk about it in this video. And the thing that really blew my mind is the amount of pathetic losers, probably a lot of those that watch my channel as well, that cannot get a girl in their country. They are pee deprived.
She's got that usual tone of Western woman that can't comprehend why men go overseas to find relationships. Men are going overseas because dating in the West is broken. And here she's already displaying that first toxic Western mentality sign. She instantly labels these men as pathetic losers. You can call it whatever you want, but what you're seeing here is men finding value in women who still understand what respect, femininity, and partnership look like. In the West, women like you are too busy chasing unrealistic standards, ignoring the regular guys who are ready to offer commitment. So of course, these same men are opting out of this broken system.
They are virgins, most likely. They come to these countries, they literally travel all across the world, because it's mostly Europeans and Americans that do this. So they literally have to travel around the world, pay crazy amount of money, and then pay some more here to get some of these girls, so they don't feel like a loser anymore, because I have noticed that especially the guys that feel really like a loser in their own country, so in Europe or in the USA, they, all the women are kind of stepping all over them, and they want to prove to themselves, that they can get a girl, that they are this kind of big alpha guy, which they're not, obviously, but they come here to play this kind of like a, circus.
Oh my God. And this whole idea of needing to prove you're an alpha by going overseas? Let's break that down. These men aren't running away from dating in the West because they feel insecure. They're running away because the Western dating market has become such a shit show where women expect men to jump through ridiculous hoops just to be seen as worthy. You think it's sad? But what's really sad is how Western women have become entitled, spoiled by options, and see men as a backup plan at best.
They come here, they get one of these super, I don't know the name to call them, but let's just call them soft, okay? It's not a bad thing, right? So I'm not judgy, right? I do not support this kind of tourism, but by the way, guys, subscribe to my OF. The link is in the description.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, what was I about to say? They get this kind of women who are very obviously getting paid to treat the men as if they're some sort of alphas, which they're obviously not. But imagine you're so desperate that you have to pay so much money to get a girl to treat you like an alpha. It's just ridiculous to me. And I've seen it with my own eyes. So I was walking around in Thailand, in Phuket. And Phuket is kind of I would not say that Phuket is that much into it. Pattaya is an area that is, more involved in this kind of a tourism.
God. An OF person here passing judgment on men for going overseas trying to find a good, wholesome woman with family values. And here she is just trying to throw shade on the men who connect with women from other cultures. These are women that value relationship and respect men. Unlike the transactional nature of dating in the West, like she's doing, where a man's only value is measured by his wallet or status, these women overseas still understand traditional dynamics. That's why men are happier abroad. They feel appreciated, woman. I mean, pull your head out of your ass. And let's be clear, clear, these guys aren't losers. They're men who refuse to settle for disrespect and toxic attitude.
But I saw it in Bookhead and it was crazy. Like, these guys actually, I saw one guy, just, he looked like, you know, like a guy that watches my channel, like absolute loser, miserable, desperate for girls, you know. And I saw him in this shop with this Thai woman who was, by the way, quite beautiful. And he was even like trying to get her drunk. Like, he was getting so much booze from there and everything. So like, not only do you have to travel to another country to get a woman, to get some action finally after being, you know, pay free for a couple of years in your own country. Not only that, but also you have to get her drunk. Because, you know, I think if she sees your small pee-pee down there, like, she's just gonna, if she wasn't drunk, she would just like laugh at you and run away too, you know.
Seriously. And the part where she's mocking men for getting women drunk and calling out their small wang, this is exactly the type of disrespect men face in the West. It's not about men's insecurities. It's about how the modern woman belittles and degrades men for not fitting into their hyper-specific checklist. She just did it. But here's the truth. Southeast Asian women and women in other cultures understand the power of a partnership. They don't demand perfection. They seek genuine connection. And that's why Western men are heading abroad. It's not about desperation. It's about finding a woman who actually values them as a human being, not as an ATM.
So yes, guys, this is my experience, what's been happening here, and I see it like a lot here. And yes, I'm not trying to say like, yes, some guys, the Southeast Asian girls are their type, but like, you really are so desperate still to go to another country, travel, like, you know, across the globe, because you cannot score one in your own, you know. It's kind of sad, right? So yeah, I mean, like, and a lot of guys, I have been actually watching some documentaries about this on YouTube, and because I was interested to know like what other people have to say about it, and I found out that a lot of these guys, they really are, like, they admit that they are very lonely in their country. They cannot get any girl, they cannot get any action.
Jesus, she's just irritating me. But she does acknowledge something that's key here. The flipping of gender roles in the West. Feminine women are becoming harder to find because the West has told these women that they need to be boss babes or independent alpha women. You know, the problem is men don't want a competitor. They want a partner. And that's why they're turning to women overseas who still embrace femininity. It's not about proving anything, you know, as she says. It's about finding a woman who complements them instead of one who competes with them.
They cannot, you know, they just don't feel like men there. And yes, like, I have been talking about it in a lot of my videos that the femininity and masculinity roles are kind of like flipped around in the Western countries. But still, you know, like, it's really sad that, you know, some losers, a lot of them that can afford it, of course, travel to these countries just to prove to themselves that they're not that much of a losers. Excuse me, but you are, you know, like, you are an absolute loser, desperate, and yeah, I mean, like, I see it in these guys' eyes, and I see those guys, you know, like, you look at them and you can see that they're losers. Like, I have actually trained myself really well. When I look at a guy, I can tell, like, I can tell his size and I can tell how confident he is. I can tell how much of an alpha, beta, whatever he is, how much of a, you know, loser blood he has. So
Loser blood? Really? You know, here's the truth, Bella. You know, what many like her call loser behavior is really just men realizing they deserve more. If you constantly treat men like shit, degrade them, make them jump through hoops. Don't be surprised when they turn around and look for respect elsewhere. The West has become a wasteland of entitlement, and that's why the passport movement is growing. Nobody wants to sit in a toxic cesspool. These men aren't losers, they're smart. They've seen the game for what it is, and they're opting out.
So a lot of them have this blood here. Yeah, I can see that. A lot of loser blood in here. So yeah, not a good side, not a good side. Just kidding. I'm enjoying these losers.
Yeah,
You
they're
know,
paying
I
her.
think that you all should just go back to your countries and worship the women there instead of trying to prove to yourselves that you are someone who you're not here, right? So, you know, just accept that you're a loser. It's so much easier and cheaper for you to do it, like, you know? I think some guys, they just can't accept that, right? Like, they just travel to these countries and they're like, no, I'm not a loser. I'm not a loser. See, I can get all these side girls.
Just accept that you're a loser. So that's your final insult? This is exactly why men are leaving. It's because they're tired of being disrespected and shamed. The West has turned dating into a game where men are set up to fail, women hold all the cards, and feel entitled to tear a man down. Overseas, men find women who understand the value of building something together, and that's something the West has lost.
I'm not a loser. Definitely, trust me, you know? Like, but then they get back into their countries and they're looking at the woman there like from down up. Like, oh please goddess, don't destroy me. Okay guys, there's a lot of wind, a lot of change in light. So yeah, but we're outside in the nature. I hope you guys can hear me despite the wind. Oh my god. And look at my hair, guys. It has a little bit like
Who cares about your damn hair?
pink stuff in it. I think it's just so cute. Had it done here.
Alright, guys, I'm gonna stop this video. I think we're coming up to the end anyways. Any more of this here, and I might have to throw myself off the 45th floor of this building. But let me wrap this up here for you. If you're a man and you're tired of being treated like a loser, as she puts it, loser, just because you want respect, you're not alone. Men have been conditioned by the Western society to feel like they're not enough. But the truth is, you are enough. It's not the men who need to change, it's the culture that needs to stop devaluing men. That's why we're seeing more men opt out of the Western dating market and explore options abroad. If it's not about escaping, it's about finding a place where they're respected, valued, and appreciated. Anyways, guys, I'm going to call it here. I got some more stuff to go out and do. But if you like what you've seen here, hit that like button, share, subscribe. Drop me a comment down below. What do you think about this person here and her comments? Because I guarantee we all don't feel losers. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.